I now wish to invite to bring brief remarks Dr. Didacus Jules, the Director General of the OECS Commission. Dr. Jules.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Chairman of the OECS, the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of Dominica, the Honorable Hubert Hughes, Chief Minister Anguilla, the Honorable Gaston Brown, outgoing Chairman and Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, the Right Honorable Dr. Keith Mitchell, Prime Minister of Grenada, the Honorable Reuben Meade, Premier of Montserrat, the Honorable Dr. Kenny D. Anthony, Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Honorable Clayton Budgeon, representing Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves, Honorable Dr. Colin McIntyre, Chair of the OECS Economic Council, Speaker of the OECS Assembly, the Honorable Ernie Batiste, Excellencies, Commissioners of the OECS, Governor of the East Caribbean Central Bank, Sir K. Dwight Venner, Honorable Ministers of Government, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the media, staff of the OECS, distinguished ladies and gentlemen all. It was President Obama's advisor, Axelrod, who famously said that a crisis is too good an opportunity to waste. And we who are trapped in the lengthening shadows of the global crisis can simply not allow the enveloping gloom to infect our spirit, nor dim the apprehension of our possibilities. The revised Bastille, Treaty of Bastille, conceptualized and signed by many of our leaders who are here today, represents the reinstatement of the vision of a deeper and more profound unity of these smaller islands. In many ways, this treaty and the forms of integration that it mandates is in itself an accomplishment because it emanates from the recognition that the ultimate defense of our sovereignty lies in the collective expression of a singular will. This leadership of the OECS has faced and survived a crushing concatenation of crises. The global economic crisis, our own financial meltdown in the Clico collapse, and other threats. We have stared into the heart of catastrophe, and we have reasserted our resilience. As difficult as these challenges have been, they also represent a remarkable alignment of historical opportunity, and our leaders gathered here reiterate the consensus that challenges of this magnitude cannot be successfully resolved by piecemeal or patchwork solutions. We have before us the opportunity to shape solutions that are bigger and bolder than what would have been could or would have been conceptualized before. Leon and Smith 2011 have laid out in stark detail the scope of this historical opportunity, and I quote, "For Caribbean economies to realize growth with equity, we have to reframe our thinking about growth, and we must recalibrate our socio-political economic strategies in the context of global competitiveness. A holistic approach to growth requires strong policies for macroeconomic stability, a proactive effort to foster competitiveness against global partners, a social agenda that can be communicated and received as reasonably fair, if not equitable, and a governance structure to engender trust and respect for authority. The imperative to act is urgent. The question is, do governments and the people of the region have the will to see this through in a timely manner?" Unquote. We must therefore be bold and transformational, and I offer 3 principles to guide our deliberations in this crucial moment. The first is convergence, because duplication can no longer be afforded, because a unity of will and action is the glue that will strengthen our defenses. The second are vision priorities, because times are tough and we must focus on as Sir Dwight constantly reminds us, on the essential few rather than the necessary many. The identification and picking of low-hanging integration fruit is essential to improving the appetite of the people of the region for deeper and wider initiatives. Third, a sense of urgency, because opportunity is a time-sensitive commodity, which, if not seized in the moment at which it presents itself, evaporates. With a more convergent range of interests, the OECS is well placed to invigorate the regional integration movement, and the Commission is undertaking its own process of organizational change to better respond to that historical challenge and to better serve the wishes of the authority. Stronger, wider, and tighter unity is not just possible, but necessary. Thank you.